Better Booty, day 6. For day 6, we have 3 sets of all of these exercises for a total number of reps of 75 knee-banded, feet elevated glute bridges, 36 single leg hip thrusts with a 1-second pause once you're up in full extension, 90 banded seated hip abductions where you're seated upright, 20-second RKC planks, 3 of those, and 60 knee-banded donkey kicks per leg. And again, that's in 3 sets, so obviously 75 would be 25 in each set, 36 would be 12 in each set, and so on down the line. So that is day 6. I'm also going to do some yoga once I am finished with all of these lovely glute exercises. It's going to be a good time. Knee banded, feet elevated glute bridges. For this, you want to make sure that your band is just above your knees. Going to elevate your feet, lie back into position. How you place your arms is up to you. You can have them down flat or you can have them at 90 degrees. It's entirely up to you. I tend to keep my arms at 90 degrees. And you're going to raise up into full extension. As you are raising up and as you are coming down, so both your concentric and eccentric movements, you want to make sure that you are pushing your knees out against the band. So the entire time you have resistance on the band. As you come up, squeeze, and as you come back down, you want to keep the band fully pushed out that entire time as you raise up and as you come back down. And that is the knee banded, feet elevated glute bridge. Single leg hip thrusts. For this exercise, you're going to want your shoulder blades on your bench. If you're using an ottoman, you want to make sure that you have it against the wall so it doesn't slide around on you as you are doing your thrusts. So shoulder blades on your bench. Where you place your arms is up to you. Some people like to have them all the way across the bench. I tend to keep mine at my sides. When you're in full extension, your shin should be perpendicular with the floor. And you are doing this in single legs, so you're going to have one of your legs up. You come down, come to full extension, and hold for a second before you come back down. Up and hold for a second. Come back down. So you're going to be doing 12 of those per leg for 3 sets. Banded seated hip abduction. For this exercise, you want your band just above your knees. You're going to be seated upright. You can do these where you are leaning forward, but for what I'm doing with day 6, I'm seated upright for this exercise. My feet are about hip width apart, and you want to forcefully push your knees out against the resistance of the band. So you're in, and then you come out. Notice my feet tip. So I'm on the lateral side of my feet a bit so I can get that band to its full extension, and you come back in. Out, back in. Again, forcefully pushing on that band, getting it to go out as far as it can. And we're doing 30 reps of those for 3 sets. So a total of 90 of these bad boys. Woo! I tend to hold it for a little bit once I get out fully, but you can just blast through them if you so choose. RKC Plank. A little different than your standard plank. It's a bit more intense, but it looks very similar to your standard plank. You're going to be in a standard plank position where you're on your elbows. In this case, you're going to have your arms apart and your fists are going to be clenched. You want to act as if you are tearing the ground, so you're going to externally rotate your shoulders when you're in that position. So again, In your standard forearm plank position, you're going to externally rotate your shoulders by, you have your fist clenched. You're going to act as if you're tearing the ground, so your shoulders are going to be externally rotated. You're squeezing your quads together, so you're adducting and squeezing your booty at the same time that you're doing all of the other motions. And then the real clincher is you're going to act as if you are pulling your elbows towards your toes and your toes towards your elbows, all at the same time. So, like I said, a bit more intense than your standard plank. Everything on you feels as if it's contracted and squeezed tight, and you're going to hold it for as long as you can. And the goal for this is 3 of these babies for 20 seconds. So I'm going to show you the whole thing again without me talking through it, and we'll see just how long it can actually hold. So here we are. Knee banded donkey kicks. You want your band just above your knees. You are going to be on all fours. And as you kick back, you want to try to keep your foot flat as if you are trying to put your foot stamp on the ceiling. So you kick back, bring it in, kick back. You're going to be doing that with both of your legs. So 20 reps per leg for 3 sets.